Well, Gary, a very hard-fought point today, and probably given the way we performed in the first half, you probably are relieved that we at least got something out of the match.
Yeah, very much so. You know, it's a strange feeling, really. You know, you come into today's game after two, massive table-topping games, one at home against Sutton. Then you go to Dartford on the Tuesday night and take 6 out of 6, and you come here today and I suppose as a manager as well, as well as players and supporters, you probably expect to, continue the good work and go and get 3 points. But, it wasn't to be. We came out there today, we seemed very flat. People have said to me 1 or 2 errors, were the boys tired? No excuses for that. We just wasn't there today the first half. We found ourselves 1-0 down, could have no complaints. And I felt that we were fortunate coming in at half-time, 1-0 in arrears. It was only 1-0. They hit the woodwork a couple of times, and they've made a lot of new signings over the last week or 10 days, and they played some good football. So, to come in at half-time 1-0 down, I was very fortunate and thought we were very lucky. But, it's probably the first time since me and Steve Thompson have worked together at the club that the paint's come off the walls at half-time. There's no secret about that. We wasn't happy. We had to, tell a few own truths, which we don't enjoy doing, and, ask for a response, because, you can't turn around with a great respect to Thurrock, play against them and see where they're sitting in the table and expect it just to happen. And you get that at a lot of clubs, I think, at any level of football, that sometimes league positions are very false when it's top against the bottom, and, it certainly looked like in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, do you think that was a case perhaps of the players not necessarily taking Thurrock easy, but they've come off the back of some very, very hard games against teams around us, and then you're playing a team at the bottom, perhaps there's a temptation to think it's going to be a little easier than it might be?
Well, I don't like that, I don't accept that, and I look at the situation is that me and Steve Thompson prepare whether they're bottom of the league or top of the league exactly the same. I'm not turning around and saying that players do say that or players do that, but it wasn't good enough first 45 minutes. We've set very high standards at the football club now, on and off the field, as a playing side, and from a board of directors and from supporters all the way through the club. There's a standard now at the football club which has to be achieved. No, we ain't got divine right, we all know that, to win games week in, week out. And, we've had to make changes today in the second half, and we've got a response. But, honest and truthfully, we made 2 changes, and I think there could have been 4 or 5 come off. So, I don't want a situation that is because 2 players have come off and we've made a change there. It wasn't good enough. But I don't want to talk about the negatives from that side of it. I have to look at the picture overall, and I think that, to come in after the final whistle day and be talking like that now and saying now about this and saying about that, and we're 10 points clear. Going into Boxing Day, we're 10 points clear with 53 points out of 66. And I think if you look up and down the country, clubs in every level of football, there's probably not a club in the country who can boast that points tally what we've got. I think it's been a great achievement by the playing squad, by all my management staff, chairman, directors, and most of all, I always turn around and say it, the supporters, because that's important.
And looking at positives today, Giuseppe Sol came on. I know you weren't perhaps criticising him after Tuesday night, but you did make reference to, players wanting them to come on off the bench and make a difference. And I thought he made a big difference today.
Without a doubt. I think we all know that, Jez has got great talent, and, the games where he's come on the field of play recently, he hasn't done enough. And he knows at the end of the day, with the quality he's got, he should be in the team. And you see that, with the talent what he's got, what he showed in the second period of today. And, he's done very well. As soon as he got on, he looked a great ball, and I think Joe McNerney should have scored. He'd be a little bit disappointed. But what we've done in the second half, we moved the ball a lot quicker. We were half a yard sharp. We played the game at a good tempo, and we caused them a lot of problems. And I think when we equalised, everyone would turn around and say that, we're going to go on and win the game. But over the 90 minutes, got no complaints. I think probably relieved, as I say, we've come in half time, and we're only 1-0 down. But as I say, let's. Coming into the Boxing Day game, and I say it now nice and early, that ever since we have been at the club, me and Steve Thompson, the support at the football club by the board, the supporters, and everybody connected has been first class. But I'm saying here now to yourself quite openly that we need everybody available on Boxing Day in respect of getting down at Kingfield at 1 o'clock to get behind the team in every way. It's a big derby, you know, I'm sure with Farnborough coming down there, but people can't imagine really, I think, at the start of the season, and we've probably exceeded what we hoped for and what we thought would happen, to be 10 points clear. But this is when, more than any time since I've been at the club in the 11 months with Steve Thompson, we need the public to turn out at Kingfield Boxing Day.
And just turning to the Farnborough game for a moment, they're a side a little like Thurrock, aren't they? In that they've got a new manager in, and they seem to be playing with much more confidence and actually putting some results together. So it's not going to be an easy game at all.
No derby game are easy games. League positions go out the window. There's a lot at stake, a lot of local pride. But I think that there's no secret. We owe Farnborough a little bit. You know, I think we owe them a little bit from last season in respect of, it was a heartbreak in respect of getting beat by them in the playoffs. There's no secret about that. But the way it's worked out, I think that, you know, we probably wasn't quite ready at that time in respect of on and off the field to be going straight back in the Conference League, if I'm probably honest, when I looked at the bigger picture. But I think as a board of directors and what they're trying to do behind the scenes, and as a playing staff and squad and players and supporters, we've now got a great deal of stability at the football club, which is very, very important. And I think that, you know, this is going to be our year. This is going to be our year. We've got in our own hands now, really, that, you know, we've got 20 games to go. I believe 12 wins. And I think if we get 12 wins, that'll put us 89 points. That's without one or two more draws being thrown in. So, you know, I'm saying just go and get 12 wins, second half of the season, with large numbers supporting us, that I believe that we'll win the league.
And lastly, Gary, I take this opportunity on behalf of everyone connected with Woking Football Club to wish you, Steve Thompson, all your playing staff and all your players a very, very happy Christmas.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I'd like to say, you know, exactly the same back, really. You know, as I say, I'd like to thank all the supporters at the football club for the miles they clock up, the money they spend, home and away, everybody connected at the football club in every way, for whatever capacity that is, in respect of voluntary work. There's a lot of people who don't get the praise and probably don't get noticed as much as they should do. And I say, board of directors, everybody at the football club. It's a football club that I'm very proud to manage. I've got a great assistant in Steve Thompson, who's been absolutely superb with the level of fitness of the players. And I don't want to forget about, you know, physio like Stuart Douglas and my kit men. So my Christmas greetings on behalf of all the staff to everybody connected at Woking Football Club. Hopefully a prosperous new year.
Lovely, thank you very much, Gary.
Thank you.